This is called the Zapatistas, and it's about a trip I took to Mexico in the summer of 1998 that changed my life. He said he could take us to meet the Zapatistas, an Argentinian with bitter tea and filterless cigarettes, and I was not about to be the gringo in the hostel, so we followed him through Oaxaca and into Chiapas on the overnight buses guarded with AK-47s, because this was why I came to Mexico. It's cheap and dangerous. I wanted to join a revolution. Perhaps it was in my South Texas blood to long to cross the river and find the song that calls to me down in the jungle mountains where howling monkeys hold court above the giant rings where gods used to play ball. I did not know I was a white man. I did not know I could never stop being one. Where did the Argentinian go? Did he simply vanish when we found ourselves immersed among white filmmakers buying guerrilla t-shirts in the zócalo, posing with ski masks, making me want to vomit? What was in my mind? When the Mayan girls approached me with their Zapatista dolls, I knew that children lived in the park selling trinkets. I had given a packet of gum to a boy in a native village the day before and watched the bullies beat him and take his gum away, making it clear that I had marked him for persecution. The guidebook dealt with this point specifically, and I had so wanted not to be the gringo. But the girls said, "Cómpralo, señor, por favor, cómpralo. Cómpralo, señor, por favor, cómpralo." They each grabbed a finger on each hand with an intimacy no child has ever presumed with me, absolute authority, as though I were their baby brother in that moment, and they needed to take me home to my mother, who has sent me so many messengers just like them for decades. Or has it been the same two angels all these years in which nothing has haunted my life like that moment? Not knowing what else to call it, I said that they saved me from being a tourist ever again. Months later, I sat with my friend Holly at a concert telling her the story. "I have to save the children," I said. "You're ridiculous," she let me know. And then I knew what it meant to be white. And I was too ashamed to speak to Holly after that, but the native girls kept coming into my dreams to pull on my fingers as though I were a rich tío from far away. But what could I do but return 2 summers later and live in a village trying to write a novel like all white boys do, and learning there's nothing romantic about hacking weeds out of cornfields while native boys laugh my uke each time they steal the ball from me, and every night the rats crawl all over my sleeping bag, so it's clear in this village I am the worm on which the ants feed. I never wanted to be the rich tío from far away, but they said no sirve. When I almost cut my hand off with a machete and they took it away, I said, "One day when I have sons, I will send them here to be apprenticed by you." And I left the village, my training incomplete, and I never again used a machete to cut grass, but I made a soccer team with Norteño kids. And I was their rich tío. Each time we went to the pulga for tacos. Then we marched on Washington, and I still have a photo of them holding American flags as they marched, and it was the only time I've ever seen that flag serve its purpose. After I marched with them, I was perhaps a little more saved. Those little girls must be almost 30 today. If they made it to adulthood, I'm not sure whether children who sell dolls in San Cristobal do become adults, or maybe they were incarnated clouds of Pachamama's tears. I want to see them again when I die and ask them if I became whatever I was supposed to be after they grabbed my fingers, even though I know I can't stop being white. Perhaps they made me a little Zapatista also.